Here's a name I can say from the Eradicator.
Hello and welcome back to this channel, everybody. This is the Eradicator, and in this video we are going to talk about a hot topic a lot of us have been talking about for quite some time, and of course I ought to talk about Port Olisar and its speculated destruction, and you are going to see that in this video I will be going against what most people are thinking. Once again, friendly reminder, if you disagree with me, it's totally okay. I welcome different opinions, but please do it respectfully, as it is much more pleasant for everyone, and it will make your arguments more likely to be taken under consideration. Now, that being said, let's jump into today's topic, and we'll talk about the supposedly grim features of everyone's favorite legacy asset, Port Olisar. Now, a little bit of vocabulary first, because it's true that jargon in Star Citizen can often be a little complicated, especially for those who don't follow the project on a day-to-day basis. And here, I want to explain what a legacy asset is. And it simply is an asset that was created with some of the original technologies that were available in the game as it moved to 64 bits back in 2015 with the release of Star Citizen Alpha 2.0. Star Citizen Alpha 2.0 did feature some assets that allowed players to do a few things in the game. There was a Cry-Astro station, which was where players were refueling and rearming. There was an ICC station from which players could take missions from a voiced character called Tessa Bannister. Both assets are gone and replaced by other features, by the way. We also had Security Post Carré, where we could erase our crime stat, and the Kovalex Gondo, where we could do the investigation mission that is still now in the game. The problem with these legacy assets, and the reason why they ought to be replaced, is because they lack the current standards of functionality, level of details and optimization current assets have. This is the reason why the Port Olisar we now know today is living its final moments within the persistent universe and will be replaced by an asset similar to what will soon be able to experience around the planets of the Stenton system. Those stations, such as Port Tressler above Macrotech or Bijani Point above Arcorps, are much larger, feature more pads and hangars, more hubs, more shops, and will be better suited for interplanetary trade. It is therefore obvious Port Olisar will one day become such a station. However, there is just one problem with Port Olisar. It orbits Crusader, a planet that happens to be a gas giant, and we currently don't have gas giant planetary tech, a tech that is not even scheduled until Star Citizen Alpha 4.0, which is the patch slated for for Quarter 2 2020. Now, if you take a close look at the upcoming orbital stations we will have in Star Citizen Alpha 3.8, we know that these will have geostationary orbits above their planet's main landing zone and will allow for quick transfer between them and their counterpart spaceport on the surface, meaning that we're probably talking about a distance of about 100 kilometers. Now, 100 kilometers may seem like something for a terrestrial planet, but for a planet of the scale of a gas giant, it really is nothing. And given how thick gas giants' atmospheres are, I suspect the distance would reasonably be closer to 300-ish kilometers, which would still mean that Port Olisar would feel like the dragging effects of Crusader, but the density of the atmosphere would no longer be that much of a burden for larger ships like the Hull C, for example. This means that in order to counter the dragging effects of Crusader's upper atmosphere, the new Port Olisar would have to be equipped with thrusters that would allow the station to move around in order to keep its position over horizon. It may also be interesting to see if, because of that, it will require large amounts of fuel, or maybe it will just scoop it from the atmosphere of the planet too. So, You may have understood by now that we are not getting a Port Olisar, a new Port Olisar, until Q2 2020 with the release of Planet Crusader and Star Citizen Alpha 4.0, as it is most likely Cloud Imperium will design a new type of orbital station designed for the outskirts of gas giant atmospheres. Now the question remains, is the current version going to blow up, and when? As mentioned earlier, our current Port Olisar is going to stay until Star Citizen Alpha 4.0, and then what? Well, I genuinely believe that nothing is going to happen. Port Olisar is just going to be replaced by a new asset that will itself be relocated a few kilometers above horizon. This may, this is my own opinion, of course, but I just don't see Cloud Imperium spending this much time and resources right now for a one-off event, while there is still so much to do to improve our daily experience within the game. That's just wishful thinking, and as cool as it may sound, as cool as it may sound, pirates, aliens, and terrorists from Pyro are not going to blow up Port Olisar anytime soon. But then you would ask me, Iran, what about those cryptic messages we could hear in the Stanton system in Star Citizen Alpha 3.7? And that would indeed be a very good question. However, you should keep in mind that they have been heard all over the Stanton system, not just in Port Olisar, which, in my opinion, shows that this is going to be an event that will involve the entirety of the Stanton system. I think that we should expect perhaps tougher AI interdictions, specific bounty hunting missions, perhaps some special delivery missions for criminal players, all of which would not take much time for CIG to implement and could last for a month, and hell, why not an entire quarter? While a battle at Port Olisar would be an event that will only happen once at a specific time, and this would alienate any player unable to join the verse at that time, which is another reason why I think it's a bad idea. Alright guys, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please tell me in the comments down below, were you convinced by my arguments, or do you think that I am a little bit too pessimistic? I'm thinking too much. Do you really wish that Port Olisar eventually blows up? Please tell me in the comments down below. Don't forget that this month I am also giving a giveaway. I am giving away a celebration gear pack, which includes all of the flair from your favorite ship manufacturers, t-shirts, and caps. All you need to do to get a chance of winning is to subscribe to the channel and to comment to any videos posted this month. The winner will be announced during Christmas Eve. Also, shout out to Dark Sparrow, a member of our community. He is one of our Patreons, and thanks to him, I am giving away 4 Patreons an Anvil C8 Pisces, which is the perfect ship if you want to travel around the verse in a very quick fashion, especially from planetary surface back to space and back and forth. All you need to do to get a chance of winning is to be a Patreon subscribers. Patreons pledges start at $1 a month, and they really help this channel a lot to provide you daily Star Citizen content. I'll be seeing you guys with more Star Citizen videos. You can count on me for that. This is the Eradicator. I am signing out.